Hi guys, and welcome to Matt Bajerski YouTube channel. What a lovely day today. It's your channel, of course, but right, before I start, I'm just going to put this out there. I'm not going to be able to answer all your emails, inboxes, WhatsApp and all that. There's just no way now. It's got so ridiculous. So here's the thing. This is the compromise between me and you, okay? If there is a subject that you want to talk about, instead of telling me your whole life story, I am willing to do a video as often as possible as I can, and I'll go through all the list of each day that you send me a message and say, Mark, could you talk about this subject, rather than share with me like 1,000 paragraphs about your life. I am receiving so many messages daily that it's very difficult. And remember, I've got dyslexia, so I struggle to read, and I've also got dyspraxia, which means I can't focus when I'm reading because I'm a channel, I'm not a mind thinker, so it's impossible. So just so you know, it's never anything personal. It's not I don't love you, I don't care for you, I do care for you, I do love you. It's just that I imagine you receiving about 50 to 150 messages every few hours now. So I just can't do it, and I'm just starting off with this subject just to say that let's simplify it down. Send me a message that says, Mark, could you talk about this subject? And I promise you I will do my best. I'll put it in order and do my best. It's beautiful though. I really love it. I really love it. I really love it, because it's showing that the messages that are channeled through me are touching you, and it means that you're wanting to grow. And look, don't get me wrong, I do scan and I do see messages and read them as often as possible when I have a moment. So, but really, if you really want your life tackling, if you really want to really grow, then just send me a quick message. Mark, can you just, I'm having a bit of issue with this subject, not telling me what's gone on, just the subject matter. So it could be your child, it could be bullying, it could be a friend that's done something to you, it's you stuck in a situation, or you're struggling to move forward from this energy subject. That's the way we can tackle this, okay? Okay everybody, let's breathe. It is a beautiful Sunday afternoon, and I am blessed. Daisy's lying down there, happy, content, because we've been for a long walk up in the mountains. We learned to let go, both of us actually. We learned to let go and just be in the moment, where most of us aren't, because we're too busy thinking. We're thinking about where we should be, or what we should be doing, or what we should have, or the fears of not having, and all of those things. I let go of them this morning. So what is today's subject? Well, today's subject is one which has a profound effect on my life, and I know wholeheartedly that through my experiences I can share this particular subject with you right now. I couldn't have done it 3 months ago, but I can now, and I'm going to explain why. But first of all, I want to share with you a story of many stories, but one of them in particular, which has it's a theme that runs through a lot of people, men and women, okay? So the subject is wanting more money, wanting more power, wanting more credibility, okay? So it's this wanting energy, or we can sometimes call it a need to have, okay? There was once a lovely man who came to see me about 10 years ago. And he sat in front of me with his big Rolex gold watch, and very smart, smelt beautiful, hair perfectly in place, and ultimately he presented himself as this very powerful character. And of course I was a reader, so my work is to tell people not to speak, and after the reading, if they want to talk about anything, I would say, is there anything you'd like to talk about? But ultimately, when I did my readings, I would want people not to say anything, so then it wouldn't influence me in any way. But this gentleman proceeded to tell me all about his life, and at one point I was going to say, should I pay you? because it seems like he was reading for me. So the story went that he's this big businessman. People headhunt him all the time. He makes in a year, well, I think he said he made in this year 150,000 within 3 months. He's a specialist in a certain subject matter, which I'm not going to talk about because I don't want anybody to think that I'm talking about anybody, which I never would. So he's telling me all about this, and when he'd finished, basically the theme of his life was, well, I could tell the theme of his life. It was only focused on the fear of not having enough, and everything that he was saying was just absolute fear-based. I could feel it, even though he felt he was confident and he was successful. It wasn't. It wasn't successful, because if it was successful, he wouldn't need to even talk about it. So it basically, you know, I could have said, "Are you trying to convince me or yourself?" You know, we've all been there. So when he'd finished doing the reading on me, I said I felt that there was a beautiful energy of children around you, and a beautiful wife, and love more than you've ever felt or seen. And he said, yeah, I'm married and I've got children and a beautiful wife. And I said, well, the day you walk back in here and talk about your wife and your children first is the day that you will understand what life is about. Today I sit here before you knowing that very man, after 10 years, is still chasing his tail and ended up in a psychiatric ward because he'd burned out completely, lost his way, and I was happy about that, because sometimes you have to hit the floor to realise what life is about. I'm never happy when people hit the floor, don't get me wrong, but I am in a spiritual manner happy because I know the bigger picture. The bigger picture is that sometimes we have to smash ourselves down on the floor to realise what life is truly about, and that's when we really start to understand life. And so I'm happy in one way, but I'm sad in another, because it affects everybody around you, but then that effect on everybody around them is also a learning. So we all learn from everybody we're with and from our falls. So I'm going to tell you a bit about my life now, and about what I thought life was about. As a child, I grew up, and I was quite a successful little kid. I used to know how to make money very quickly. I used to be at the tuck shop with lots of sweets, selling my sweets, undercutting the tuck shop at school. I used to collect tennis balls from the tennis club, which had fallen over onto the gardens, and I'd pick them up and wash them, and then take them to the second-hand shop, Mrs. Singh's second-hand shop, and sell them. Then I used to knock on people's doors and ask if they've got anything in the house that they didn't want. I used to collect all unwanted goods and take them to Mrs. Singh's shop every Saturday and make a fortune. And I used to wash cars as a little kid in Huddersfield, lots of cars. Then I progressed onto gardens, lots of ladies' gardens who couldn't garden, and I used to make it lovely, and so on. And I've been a hard worker all my life. I owned my first hairdressing salon when I was young. We had 8 staff working for us then. I left that, and then became an auctioneer. In between everything else, I've done hundreds of jobs. Had 3 shops at one time. Became kind of like an entrepreneur and made quite a lot of money. But here's the thing. Never actually made anything. I never was successful, really. I never really found what I was looking for at all. And you see, there's a reason for that, guys. Life and what we've been taught is all wrong. See, we chase this dream, which is an illusion. It isn't real. And I realised that only a few weeks ago. And the reason why I know now is really simple. For the past 20 years, I have been, well, you could consider it successful because I've worked very hard and paid the bills. Well, if that's what you consider success, put food on the table for my children, and we've never gone without, and I've worked hard for that every single day. I didn't have a holiday in 8 years, but then we took our first holiday when I was together with my wife to Thailand, and my daughter got to do some kickboxing, and so did my wife at that time. And that was our kind of first real holiday, so I worked very hard for that. Now, here's the thing. A few months ago, I separated from my wife after 20 years. And something very strange happened. And this is really important, guys. It was nothing to do with the breakup. It was to do with my fear and worries. Nothing has changed in my life apart from the separation of my wife. And I am here today to say, and I know why, but I'm just saying, my business has never ever been as successful. Things have absolutely turned around 100-fold. Miracles are coming in, offers are coming in, things are happening that I've never in my life experienced. And I was saying to myself all the time, why is this happening? Until I sat on the mountaintop today, and then it all of a sudden came to me. For the past 20 years, I have been worrying about my wife then and my children, about having to put food on the table and having to pay this and pay that. And then when I separate, that's gone. There's no more fear. There's only one person now to worry about. That's me. Well, Daisy, of course, but there's only me to worry about. No, doesn't matter if there's any mistakes. Doesn't matter if I don't make any money. Because it isn't going to affect me. Do you understand that? I now realise that what held me back was my worry and fear for everybody else that I needed to help and fix, and I was worried because if everything was going to go wrong, they would be worried and things would go. And now all of a sudden, everything's coming into my life because I have no worries. I'm not worried. Oh my God. Oh my God. Really? Really? And I swear on my hand on my heart, every day miracles are happening. Why? I'll tell you why. Because I have no fear anymore. I have no expectation. I have no worry. I have no need for anything. I'm not wanting anything or needing anything to help anybody. So therefore, I am vibrating at a beautiful, perfect, high vibration of love and acceptance. So if you today are wanting to know a little secret that may help you towards a successful life, and not about money, about things coming into your life. It's never about money. This is the whole point. You focus on this money, you focus on this power, you focus on all of that, and that's the wrong focus. If you just simply be and get on with your life and clear the worry and the fear, you vibrate at such a high vibration that kicks out of you, and people can feel that. They love that. They want that. They want to be... What is this energy you've got, Mark? I don't know. What do you mean? I can feel you. Really? You can? Yes, it's beautiful. And now I know why. Because I have no worries. So today, guys, if there is one message I can offer you today, if you want to be successful in life, then take a leaf out of my book and clear away your worries. Don't get rid of your wife. That's not what I meant. If you can have your wife and then still get rid of the fear, if you've got a partner, get rid of the fear. Don't worry about having to worry about them. That could be the secret. That could be the start. Don't worry about your children. Don't worry about anything. Don't worry about anything. And maybe, just maybe, you then start to vibrate, and then everything good comes into your life. Be that light that you are. You are amazing. The only thing that holds us all back is worry and fear about our future and who we are and where we're going and what we need to achieve in our heart and life. You are everything you need to achieve. You are exactly where you're meant to be. You are the most amazing soul in this world. Vibrate at that very vibration that you feel in your heart and clear your fear and your worry. Stop with your expectations. Stop needing, stop wanting, and just simply be and get on with your life as you do every day, but without the fear and the need of anything. And I swear to you with my hand on my heart, if, like me, your life will change and become ultimately amazing and stronger. That is all I can offer you today through my knowledge and my truth. I love you with all my heart. Thank you for subscribing to Mark Bayerski YouTube channel. You are successful. You are amazing. And you are everything that you ever need. You don't need. It isn't important what people think of you. It isn't important how hard you work to make people feel that you are amazing and that you're wonderful. Do you know the only thing that's important in your life is how you feel ultimately at any single moment? So close your eyes and ask yourself now, am I proud of myself? Of course you are. Of course you're proud of yourself. Open your eyes. You're bloody amazing. You are amazing. You are. Get ready for your magic. I love you with all my heart. Have a beautiful day.